Good morning, everybody. I'm Kaushik Raha. I'm a principal specialist with AWS Marketplace, and I work with our customers in helping them understand and adopt AWS Marketplace for transforming their procurement journey. Today, I also have on the stage with me Luca. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thanks, Kaushik. Hi, everyone. My name is Luca Certini, and I lead product development for AWS Marketplace and partner services tools.
Thanks, Luca. What we're going to talk about today is how to optimize your software and AI procurement journey through AWS Marketplace. Now, just by a quick show of hands, how many of you have actually visited AWS Marketplace or used Marketplace before? Awesome. I see a lot of hands in this room, which means you're in the right session. And even if you haven't used AWS Marketplace before, I think you will get some resources and tools to get started today. We're going to first talk a little bit about how AWS Marketplace helps you transform your procurement journey with your software products. We'll see a little bit about the innovation that AWS is doing to help you with the reporting and insights that is important for you as a procurement function. We'll talk a little bit, and Luca will walk us through some of the AI agents and tool solution in AWS Marketplace. And then finally, we'll get some resources to get you started with the topics we discussed today. Now, as you're familiar with AWS Marketplace or whether you're using it for the first time, the key thing to remember is AWS Marketplace is going to allow you, no matter where you are in your procurement journey and what aspect of the supply chain that you're covering, to actually find the products, source them, complete the journey with buying, deploying those products, which are AWS partner solutions. And we have a really robust catalog with almost 30,000 plus listings across 6,000 sellers worldwide that is available on AWS Marketplace. These products can be deployed in a variety of different modes. They could be SaaS products, AI agents, MCP servers, AMI products, etc. But no matter what be the use case, and how you want to deploy this product, you can actually buy these products in a secure way through AWS Marketplace and reduce the overall governance and risk exposure to your organization from a supply chain perspective. So now that we have a little bit of an understanding of how AWS Marketplace can help you transform your procurement journey using digital tools without the need for deploying and managing a whole lot of complex tools that are outside your expertise area, let's see some of the reporting and insights that's in this associated with the marketplace. One of the newer things that we have made available for our customers is a single pane of glass dashboard, which is available to any buyer on AWS Marketplace and provides you a unified visibility into all your AWS Marketplace activity. From the start and procurement of agreements to the spend and usage, the license agreements, all of that information across all of your organizations through a single dashboard that is deployed using Amazon QuickSights. And because it's on QuickSights, it comes integrated with SSO, so you can securely access this data. And Amazon QuickSights also makes available to you the AI features so that beyond the standard visualizations that is available on this dashboard, you can use the QuickSight AI features to query and analyze the data that is associated with your marketplace activity. So now let's see some of the insights that you can get through this dashboard. As a procurement user, you may be getting questions from your CFO, from a CIO, etc., in terms of what are the products that your organization is using, why is there a spike that happened last month, when did it happen, what products did you spend on, and these questions can come continuously, and you have to be able to address them sometimes in real time. And single pane of glass can help you do that as you need it, because it will not only provide you how much you have spent, what is the usage, but it will also give you insights on month, by product, by vendor. Now we know not everything that you buy is actually optimally utilized by your organizations? How do you know whether the products that are actually being procured have been deployed by your organization optimally with all the licenses being used, et cetera? Or, hey, is the same product being purchased across 5 different teams, and there is an opportunity to consolidate those contracts for vendor consolidation and optimization of spend? SPG can get you those answers at a click of a button with these visualizations that shows you all that data without you having to manually parse through all of the information. And the best part is all of this is connected to the source of truth with all of the information. So you can see this without having, as quickly as you need. Like the refreshes can be set up to be done on a daily basis or even hourly basis as you need. In May of this year, we introduced a new feature called Deployed on AWS that allows you to see which of the third-party products that you're acquiring through Marketplace is actually deployed 100% on AWS infrastructure versus which are not. Now, why is that important? Because that helps you assess the security posture for your organization in terms of the products that you're procuring and what else you might need to do to reduce the risk profile. So, single pane of glass dashboard will help you see all your contracts that you have active in your organization in terms of what's deployed on AWS versus not, and also drill down into those products that may need further analysis from your perspective. Marketplace is also allowing our customers to transact in non-USD currencies, including the euro, the GBP, Japanese yen, and the Australian dollars, so that no matter where you're located in the world, you can minimize the risk exposure from foreign exchange fluctuations. But you also want to keep track of all these contracts that are being done worldwide based on the currencies and how much is being spent on products that are deployed versus not deployed. And all of those insights are available to you readily on the SPG dashboard. What's next? Now, we know as procurement infrastructure users, you're not only responsible for looking at what has been the committed use and spend inside the organization, but what is coming up in future. This is a very important piece of information for you to manage your budgets, you track your future spend, and get the approvals as necessary. And this is where AWS Marketplace really helps, because it's not only just capturing the information of the past, but showing you what's up next. And SPG makes all of the information available to you readily, again, by currency. Another aligned topic to this is purchase orders. We know purchase orders helps with streamlining your payment processing and cost allocation. And purchase orders is helpful for you to make sure that each of your invoices can be easily tracked back to the right contract for payment processing purposes. We have been innovating with POs and allowing our customers to update these POs on a self-service basis through the marketplace, and at the same time, associating those transactions, whether they are future pay-go-based transactions or commitment-based contracts with purchase orders. But now, we are adding something even more. We are allowing you to create consolidated purchase orders with multiple line items. So for example, if you buy product A and B from a single vendor, then you don't need to create purchase orders individually for every product that you purchased. You can have a single purchase order with multiple line items and just associate the relevant ones with the contracts based on the SKUs that you have created. Now that we have taken a look at some of the governance and reporting insights through Marketplace, I'll invite Luca to take you through agents and tools.
Thank you, Kaushik. I am confident that all of you heard many times throughout this conference that the AI revolution is not coming. It's already here. You heard it from Matt Garman, you heard it from Swami this morning, and you will continue to hear that throughout re:Invent. But let's look at some numbers to give us a sense of scale of how massive this revolution really is. We now have 60% of organizations appointing a chief AI officer. And this is not just adding a title to the corporate structure. It's a clear signal that companies believe that AI development requires executive oversight. This title did not exist just a few years ago. Even more importantly, companies are investing large portions of their budget on AI. Almost 50% of the budget in 2025 was committed to generative AI initiatives. And it's a clear signal that companies are shifting from, let's wait and see what happens, to we must get this right and we must do it now. And finally, this is the most nascent, I should say, of the trends, agentic AI. We expect 50% of applications to have some sort of agentic experience, a 10x increase over the next 5 years. And this will completely change the way that we interact with software, the way the software interacts with systems. Agents will be able to perform actions, make decisions, and learn from those decisions. And so it's not just a matter of if we embrace this change, is how do we embrace it, and how do we do that quickly and effectively. Now, with that said, how do you find the solution that works for your needs? The answer is AWS Marketplace, and specifically, the AI agents and tools experience within AWS Marketplace. We announced this new experience nested within Marketplace in July of this year at the New York Partner Summit. And since then, we now have thousands of agents and solutions published on the catalog. Who in this room has had a chance to look at the latest conversational discovery feature on AWS Marketplace? I see one hand, thank you. Yeah, that was just recently released. And I think it's really cool because it gives you a chance to go back and forth and truly understand what the solution does and if it's a good fit for your needs. We continue to have multiple deployment options for you. SaaS, containers, APIs. If you can name it, we have it. And very excited to also share that we have native integrations with AWS Bedrock and AWS Agent Core with thousands of now third-party solutions available on the catalog. Nevertheless, we also understand that not all of you visit Marketplace on a regular basis. A lot of you are builders, and you spend most of your time in AWS consoles. And so you can now discover a curated set of AI solutions available on Marketplace directly on AWS consoles. So you don't have to click out of the work that you're doing. You can actually access that right there and then. And for those of you who are now fully integrated with SDKs and APIs, you don't log into the AWS consoles, you can now discover solutions and procure them directly through partner websites using Buy with AWS. So now, the key to finding and developing AI is flexibility. It's understanding what works for you and pivoting quickly if things aren't working. At AWS and Marketplace specifically, we've created multiple engagement paths for you to explore. If you're looking to get started quickly, you want to look at our turnkey solutions. Amazon Q for Dev, Amazon Q for Business, Transform, and of course, as I mentioned, the thousands of solutions that are tried, tested, and vetted on AWS Marketplace are a good place for you to start. We also recognize that some of you have been dealing with AI and you've been building for the last couple of years or potentially longer, and you want full control. You want to know exactly what the agents are interacting with. You want to have full control of your model, of your data. And that's where you can build custom agents using native services such as Bedrock, Agent Core, and the Amazon Nova models. I was really excited on Tuesday when Garmin announced the Nova Forge model that now allows you to train the model from inception with your own data. That's going to make it super powerful. And then lastly, this is super important. You don't have to do it alone. We have a remarkable network of partners globally, over 100,000. And some of these partners have specialized in AI development, migrations, modernization, and we have data that shows that companies that work with an AWS partners tend to move to production from proof of concepts to AI production-ready tools 30% faster than those going solo. And so really the punchline is whatever path works for you, AWS is here to help you build with confidence and provide you with the resources that you need. Before I wrap this up, I do want to talk about Agent Core for 30 seconds, and specifically focus on 3 key aspects. The first one is no infrastructure management. You don't have to worry about it. You can focus your limited resources on building, testing, iterating, fine-tuning the models as opposed to managing servers. And that gives you back time and money. Flexibility, we talked about this, but in the context of Agent Core is super important because you can granularly decide which permissions are applied to which agents. And obviously, trust. We say that security is job zero at AWS, and Agent Core is built for scale, and it lets you secure your applications using the highest standards. And finally, you can now identify AWS Marketplace solutions that are natively integrated with Agent Core. Look for deployed on Agent Core. There is a logo on third-party solutions listed on AWS Marketplace. As Kaushik mentioned, we talked about a lot of stuff. We started with data, reporting, AI tools, and so we do want to share some resources with you. Please take a second, scan these QR codes. We go in depth as you can use the single pane of glass dashboard, transacting in non-USD currencies, and of course, AI agent solutions in Marketplace. Most importantly, we want to say thank you for listening to us today. Our contact information is on the screen. We really look forward to hearing from you. We'll be taking questions off the stage, but please keep in touch. We'd love to hear how you are experimenting with these tools. And last, complete the session, the survey session, please. You should find that directly in the reInvent app. Thank you so much.